Okay, I'm going to try to answer a question I had about shoes. And why is it that they always show us some shoes or a shoe here, or the plane went down but all we could find was 8 pairs of shoes, okay? Or how about when Chump got his boo-boo on his ear, he said, "Oh, I have to get my shoe on," okay? Now stay with me and you'll understand what they're doing. Or how about the video where everyone thought they caught him doing something, where the gunman was going through on video. And wait a minute, he had a pair of tennis shoes on here, but just a few moments later, he had a different pair on. We caught him. No. They caught humanity. They wanted you to see that. Now the question is why? And it's very simple. And keep in mind there are hundreds, if not thousands, of videos where they let you know and show you a pair of shoes or a shoe. A lot of times just a shoe, or an airplane down with so many different pairs of shoes, right? It's because the word shoe was a brainwashing tool from the get-go. You cannot spell if you're honest with yourself. You just have to face the facts. You were brainwashed. We all were. Shoe, S-H-O-E, is show. You know, like when you go to the movie Show, but that's misspelled also. I'll show you that too. S-H-O-E is show. It's not shoe. In no way, shape, or form should humanity been okay with spelling a shoe S-H-O-E. Ever. That is the word show. And that also tells you how far back this script goes, doesn't it? So when they tell you something like, "Oh, I got to get my shoe on," no, they're saying I got to get my show on, okay? Or if they show you a bunch of shoes and the airplane's out in the field and they found these shoes, that's your show. S-H-O-E, not S-H-O-W. It's complete mockery, okay? And has been going on for thousands of years here with our language. Countless words, almost all of our words are done like this. So when you're watching some news and they're talking and they give you a couple words, they're not really even telling you what the news is really about, because you don't understand what the word was even pronounced correctly. It wasn't pronounced correctly. So you think you're watching an event about something when it is nothing at all to do with it, actually, because humanity has no idea that the pronunciations of words have been stolen, robbed, and twisted and gave back to us, you know, in that manner. Robbed, stolen, and twisted, and gave back. Now, when you go to the movie Show, that should be S-H-O-E, not S-H-O-W. That is shall. Now, I know that probably is something that most people can't wrap their head around. But if you can, you're going to find yourself very aware and very much more awake, because the shoe thing is a big deal. If they can brain Washington, D.C. people at that level with that word, and keep in mind we were born into this sin, right? So it's not like we chose to be lied to, but you have to wake up. S-H-O-E is not how you would spell shoe. That is show. The show must go on. Okay? Because that's what they're doing. Mockery. And it's also joking between them. You know, poking fun at humanity, how stupid they are. We're telling them exactly what's going on and they can't even understand it, and they're pronouncing it. And not only that, they're wearing it themselves. They're wearing the show. It's not shoe. Now, this is not me being clever. I wish it was that simple. I would like to be able to dismiss all this too, but it's not that way. language is a twisted, forked tongue, shape-shifting garbage can mess. Okay? If you slow down and listen to how words are pronounced, because that's how you should listen, is when they're pronounced. If you write a word down how you actually hear it, that's the correct spelling. Okay? That is the correct spelling, not the other stuff they gave you. That's why it's almost impossible for people to see the truth on all matters, because even the words they think they know, just like that right there, I put that there on purpose, just like the words they think they know. Well, what did I say? K-N-O-W? Did I say N-O? Did I say N-O-E? You'll never know, right? That's the whole point. So keep that in mind when you're watching the show, okay? Or if they tell you, oh, somebody got so scared all they left behind was one shoe. That's the show, S-H-O-E. I know it's deep and seems like maybe that's not even something worthy of looking at, but I'm here to tell you, I have seen people make great errors, including myself until I woke up years ago, even to the pronunciations of the things they gave us, okay? And it's one of the reasons I didn't do well in school in the spelling bee, was because I always wrote things down as I heard them pronounced. Of course you would have to do it how they are pronounced, okay? Even that tells you what to do. So keep that in mind when you're watching the show and there's a shoe, or you know, they said, oh, this building fell over and we can't find anybody, but we did find a shoe. That's the show, S-H-O-E. Now, if you want to go to the movie show, that's not S-H-O-W, that is shall. So you don't go to the movie shall. Okay, when you understand this forked tongue mess, it brings clarity to a lot of things. A lot of things become very clear. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them, and I appreciate that more than you know. And thank you once again.